Well, hello, my YouTube community. It's Miriam here at Paper Wheels. I am in my craft room and I am simply prepping some journal pages. So I thought I'd show you how I do that and show you what I'm going to be doing. I have a 49 in Market Create an Album 6x8 waterfall enclosure in the white. This is what it looks like. It has approximately, well, not approximately, exactly 6 pages, and each page in this, each page front and back is 5 by 6 inches, I believe is what it said. So I've got some one-sided journal pages I picked up at Temu, and I just want to get them prepped so that I can begin putting this journal back together. I do have you getting a little bit close, but I wanted you to be able to see here, sorry about that, wanted you to be able to see here what I'm doing and how I'm prepping my pages. Really, it's kind of simple. I've got this kit that I got at Temu that's pink and has roses, and I really like the different patterns. I just don't like that it has a white background. It might be a little hard to see. I am recording later in the evening right now, so my lighting isn't great. I apologize for that. So I hope you're able to see. If you take, this is stark white, and when I lay these, like for example, if I use this one, you can see how white it is against that and how the backgrounds are. I'm going to show you how you can get some aged looking papers and turn those whites into papers that look aged like this. This is, I'm sorry, I cannot recall the name of the kit. It is from Natty and Moon, something roses. And I got this from Natty and Moon on Etsy. She has a wonderful Facebook page, and her graphics on there. She's got several different designers, and they are just absolutely gorgeous. So I thought I could use these, some of these along with these Temu pages to cover, since these are only 6 by 6, to cover the outside and inside covers of this waterfall journal. And my plan is to put it together so that it opens up at the top, and then you can flip the pages up like this as it goes. It does have about a 1/2 inch in between each of these. It's pretty heavy cardstock, and it has about a 1/2 inch in between each of these pages, so you could add lots of pockets, ephemera, and some interactive elements. So this is my next plan, and I thought I'd kind of create me a pink rose journal. Initially I was thinking Valentine, but it just depends on how long it takes me. I may just leave it a simple, pretty pink rose journal. So that is my plan at this point. And I've got some other digital kits here that I will share with you if I get to them. And I'll show you what I'm going to do to prepare them for journal as well. I'm not going to worry about doing anything to this rose kit at this time because most of them are going to be glued down anyway. And I have another kit that these will match in with. I just love the pinks and blues in this one. They're just gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to wait till you see the next kit I have. It came from Polka Art Studio, called Hop into Spring, and oh my gosh, I'm going to save it. I'm going to surprise you. It is just absolutely gorgeous. I thought I liked it when I got it, and when I started printing it out, it was even better. I mean, it was just absolutely amazing. So all I am doing at this point is taking, let's see, I have some old digitals that didn't quite print right stacked up here, and I think I'm just going to turn one of them upside down and put under this. When I was printing them, my printer, I believe this is one of them. Oh, I'm giving you a peek at that Hop into Spring one that I told you I wasn't going to show you just yet. I just had, you know, do you guys ever lose things on your desk? I actually have been cleaning in my craft room. I have cleaned the desk up and everything, and what do you know? I'm still losing things on my desk. So there's a sneak peek at the Hop into Spring. And I'm looking for some journal pages that printed in, here they are. They're on the bottom here. They printed incorrectly. So I'm just going to take one and turn it over and use the back of it to lay down, because I want to use my Distress Oxide ink in Antique Linen. I have a paddle brush, makeup brush. You can buy these at the craft store. Even now, Dollar Tree even has their own little version. This is just a makeup brush that I got that I've never really used as a makeup brush. They come with this brown on the ends like this. Some of them do. But I just want to take it and use it to see how this turns out. If I'm not happy with the darkness of it, I'm going to try one of these pages at first. If I'm not happy with the darkness of it, I may add some other darker inks. But I'm going to start with the vintage, or excuse me, the Antique Linen. I label my ink pads so when I put them away, it's easier for me to tell what's what. Oops. So let me see how wet my ink pad is here and see what we can do. That is the, you know, you can see where I rubbed the brush across there. So that's kind of the effect I'm wanting to get here. And I really apologize for the shadows. I placed the light in here to help give me more light, and apparently it's in the wrong place and I can't reach it to turn it out right now. And so I apologize for the shadows. So perhaps we can just move along, pretend those shadows aren't there, and you guys can give me a break. I do paper crafting here at Paper Wheels. I am in a wheelchair, and I do it to show people that even if you have some form of a disability, you can still craft and get things done. So I'm just simply going to ink up my paddle and try inking up my pages a little bit here and see what I can do with these. And hopefully I'll get kind of, see how these different pages here have that yellowed type background. And, well, here we go. Pull one of these out. See how's that yellowed like background of old paper? That's why I picked the Antique Linen, and I'm hoping I can get that yellowedy look on these rose papers. I'm only going to do one side of them. I do not need double-sided papers for the waterfall album. I like, when I make journals, I do start and make journals from scratch like a lot of the other creators on here. But I do on occasion like to use envelopes maybe for a base. Excuse me. My throat's dry, and let me get a drink here. Forgive me for coughing. I hate to cough when I'm online, but couldn't help it there. Apologize. So I like to use a base when I'm making journals. It's a lot easier for me than starting completely from scratch. It gives me something to work with. And I picked this up, Waterfall Enclosure journal, up quite some time ago. And it's been in my stash of supplies. I've been finding all kinds of things as I've gone through my craft room. I've got someone coming who's here during the day, and she helps me organize things, and so I've been working on that over the last week or so. And I've got all my ephemera organized where I can get it. I had been collecting things last summer and through the fall and Christmas time, and I just kept taking it to my craft room, and I had a little bit of this here, a little bit of that there, so I really put things together and put like things with like things, and that's what I have been working on. Your Distress Oxide inks, I like the oxides. I'm told that if you buy the others, which their name has just left me at the moment. They're not Distress Oxide. They're just Distress Ink, I believe it is. They, two of the same exact color, they can have completely different colors and they'll give you entirely different looks. I stick with the oxides. I just like them. Some people get both and then they have two variations of the same color. I also have some Ranger inks from quite some time ago from my card making days that have been in my stash that still are not dried up, and they might need woken up with a little squirt of water or something, but I'm gonna give it a shot and I'll be using them as well as time goes on here. I'm trying this year to not add any additional new supplies to my stash and try to use up what I've got. So this is my year for using up. I found many things that I totally forgot I had when I was cleaning out the craft room. I think every crafter should go through the craft room, if not once a year, at least every other year, so you can find those things that you forgot you had and that you need to use up, and maybe give yourself a period of time to not buy anything new and use up what you've got. You don't need to, if you're starting on junk journals, you don't need to go out and buy a bunch of supplies. You can use all kinds of different things in your house for ink, makeup, eyeshadow, just all kinds of things. And you know, you just really, you can make a journal, junk journal on them out of any kind of paper. If you just have plain spiral notebooks, you can use the notebook paper, coffee dye them, and end up with a really nice junk journal. When I get digitals, I have to watch, spending wise. So I think, I know I'm talking here, but I think I'm good with how this is looking. I'm going to put just a little bit more on this one side, and I'm going to move on to the next piece here. But I think I do like the vintage, not vintage photo, the antique linen look here. I'm going to just put a little bit more across here where it's still kind of a bit white. Add some more here. I'm just holding my brush and just rubbing it across. If this is a very light yellow color, and if I'm still getting good ink off of this. It might be hard for you to see on there on the camera with my lighting tonight, but that's what I've gone from. The white background. Now I have this kind of aged looking white background, so to speak, and it gives it that. Obviously, the antique linen, it gives it that antique linen paper. I don't know, those of you a little older might know what I'm talking about with the linen paper. A lot of times people will get it and put resumes on it because it's a really nice paper. If you can find some on sale somewhere, it is quite expensive at times. If you can find some on sale, it really gives a different texture and feel to your journal if you find some to use in them. I like using, I have random kinds of paper that I've picked up, ledger paper, all different things like that. Some of them older, some of them vintage, some of them newer. But I like mixing up my digitals with coffee dyed papers or random papers and kind of put a mixture of things in there so that it's not all digital and it's not just all coffee dyed or anything like that. I try to mix it up and use a variety of things. And so let's do here. I'm not going to worry so much about going over every little piece of pink. I mainly want to get the white part on these. And I just keep, I'll rub it a little bit with my brush and then I'll go back in and get some more ink. It's fairly simple process to do this. What I don't get done on camera, tonight, I'll finish up and I'll bring you along. When I start putting the actual journal together, I'll bring you along for the process and we'll see how it goes. I've got several. I also have one of the Tim Holtz folios. They're also cardboard folios, pre-made. I'd like to put one together. I've got a Secret Garden kit that I found that I think will be perfect for those. I originally was going to do just Tim Holtz papers and put one together, but I think I'm going to do something a little different with it. A lot of people have done the Tim Holtz and that type of thing, and I do like the vintage look of his ephemera and things, and I have a lot of his ephemera, but I just found some, I don't know when I got them, but I found some Secret Garden journaling pages that I think will be perfect. I've got enough to do, I think, 2 folios with it, so I think that's going to be my plan. I'll make 2 little matching folios to store something in. I like to make little notebooks to keep track of things. Like I've told you before, I keep, little notebooks to keep track of things that I need to keep track of. Or I even, earlier today, this evening, I was putting together, I'm going to keep a budget planner this year, and I found a good budget planner online. Betty's Custom Designs does a lot with budgeting, and she also does junk journals. She has her own YouTube channel, though I believe it's Betty Custom Designs also. She is friends with E from Scrapbooking with Me, and she does a lot of she has some kits for cash envelope budgeting. I don't do cash envelope budgeting, but I liked her. It was a vintage junk journal planner. So I will, if you'd like to see what that looks like, just comment below and I will show you what that looks like. Or you could head over to her site and check out what she's got on Etsy. I think I started to say this. I will wait till the creators put their product on sale and they're offering like a 50% off sale, or right now Natty and Moon has several things on 75% off. So I will get them then, and that is one way that I can conserve and save some money when I'm getting things for junk journals. But I believe I have enough to last me quite a while. And I even already have some fall printables that I got at the end of last year that I've not used. So I'll probably be using them. About a month or so ago, I got me my printer. Had an Epson. I was just putting, every time I turned around, I was having to buy cartridges for that thing. And I found an HP printer on Amazon for around 80 some bucks, and bought the printer for what I had probably spent in ink cartridges the month before, because they add up very quickly, and didn't realize it at the time. And I was splitting costs with someone else, and we were printing on them, and I picked myself up a new HP printer. And I tell you what, the Instant Ink program's absolutely wonderful, guys. I signed myself up for the smallest, but you get a free trial for 3 months. And within that free trial, you are permitted to print up to 700 pages a month. And every time you run low on ink, you get a new ink cartridge in the mail. And your cost is your monthly fee, and that's all. As of right now, it's not cost me anything but the price of the printer. So you can't beat it. You really can't. And if you do go over your monthly amount, then you purchase pages in allotments, I think, of 10. And your printer is always connected to HP, through your wireless internet. And it's always connected, and that's how they know your printer talks with, I suppose, it's a computer system, and it tells it, they're able to know when you are in need of ink, which to me is absolutely amazing that I don't even have to think about that. As long as I set it up for that monthly payment to be made, I don't even have to think about it, and it'll tell me when I'm getting close to my number. And I thought I'd just, give it a try at first, and I can up it if I need to as time goes on, or if I end up printing more than I allowed myself in the beginning. Now, probably tomorrow I'm going to look like I'm a long-term smoker. My hands are going to be all yellowed from this antique linen ink, but it's okay. The stress oxides you can pretty much wash them off with soap and water. And though I forget every time, I was watching a video online, and one of the video creators recommended before you start crafting in your craft room and using a lot of inks and things, you can put lotion on your hands, and that'll help your hand. You'll be able to wash your hands much better when you're done. Give me a minute, guys. I need to pick up my telephone. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. My mother's in the hospital, and my dad was calling me on the way home to let me know how she's doing. So I just didn't want to miss his phone call. I'm not sure what I was talking about prior to that, but wherever I was, I forgot, so I apologize. Anyway, I think I was telling you about using bases, how I like to use the bases for journals, and add to it from there. Well, I've got 3 pages done here. I'm going to try this one. See the difference here, how it makes it, even the pink looks more yellowed when you go over it with the antique linen. So this is doing better than I actually thought it would, honestly. So that's what we're doing, and we'll be putting it together probably in the next video. And I also have plans to do an envelope journal soon, and I have papers that I want to do for that, and I have a really cool travel journal kit from my Porch Prints. Planning a vacation coming up here in May, and I want to do myself a travel journal that I can take with me to keep my airplane tickets and all that kind of stuff in as I'm traveling, and keep things in, and then I can put them in, in the pockets, and then when I come home, I can actually add those things to the journal, and I'll have a little journal scrapbook of my vacation, which I think is pretty cool. I like to keep, see, this one you can really tell the difference in where I've done it and where I have it. But, I got to look real close sometimes with my lighting here to see, because you can still miss little spots here and there, and if you do, you just go back in with your brush, and you can use brushes like this one. You can use the art brushes like you get at the dollar store. I also have this one here is a quite large brush. These bristles on these work real well for stencils because the bristles are so densely packed that it works real good to get in there, especially if you're dealing with stencils that are little teeny tiny areas in them. The paddle brushes work real well with those versus the I don't know, what do you call these guys? Daubers. I think they're official ink blending tools. Again, I keep mine labeled so that I've got one label black, one label brown, and I'll use my brown one with all my different brown inks, because to me they're basically all accomplishing the same thing. It's giving me that vintage age look to my papers. So guys, I think I am going to go ahead and get off of here and finish inking up these. You know, you don't have to sit and watch me ink. It is a little bit boring, I know. But I'm going to finish prepping journals, papers, and we'll go from there. I haven't decided, but I will give you a little peek at this Hop into Spring kit that I'm going to be using. And I'm not sure if I'm going to coffee dye the pages or whether I'm going to use the vintage photo or antique linen. So I'll give you a little peek of it. It is absolutely gorgeous. It has a bunch of pages. They're just popping with color. They are filled with graphics. I've got this page, and then there are also several pages like this that have like different flowers and florals on them. They're in roses, some of them, some with different color florals. They are just absolutely gorgeous. The blue, my camera's really picking up the blues on these, which in person they're not quite as vibrant, but really, here's another one of the bunny prints. This one is one that, I showed you that one already. Let me grab another one here. These are ones that just didn't quite print right. Some of them didn't print right, and some of these are the originals. The ones that didn't print right, I think this is, yeah, you can see down here how it purpled. My ink was running low, and my printer will do that when it's running low on ink. So what I do is simply save these to use the good parts of the digital. But aren't they just absolutely gorgeous? So we'll be putting together the Hop into Spring journal, and I'm not real sure what kind of base I'm going to use. So, you have any recommendations? Leave me a little note. I don't have any good bunny fabrics or anything like that to use, but if you have any recommendations on what might be good coverage, anywhere from Amazon packaging to material to file folder, leave me a little message below. Tell me what you think might be good, and who knows, we'll see what I end up deciding to do on it. Haven't really come up with a definite decision. I do know of what I'm going to do with, you know, the others. But the Hop into Spring, I really haven't made a definite decision on what kind of base I'm going to use or what kind of cover that I'm going to put on that journal and how it's all going to go together. I just found those today and just got them today, so I haven't really put a lot of thought into it. So if you have any recommendations or thoughts or something you might want to see done, please feel free to comment below, and be sure, as always, like and subscribe. That really helps my channel to grow. I don't have a lot of subscribers at this point, but I'm growing. I'm learning as I go here, learning on the fly, so to speak. So please, if you're not a subscriber and you just found my channel, please feel free to subscribe. Again, that helps my channel to grow and get the word about junk journals out there to people who have physical limitations or some kind of disability, or, you know, sometimes there's people think that, oh, I can't do this. I might not be able to because I don't know how to do this, or I might mess it up. It's just paper. You mess it up, you get another piece. So that was what I was saying with these journal pieces that I'm working on now. If these papers wouldn't have turned out and would have looked funky, rather than how they turned out, I probably would have just used them as a backing for something or something along that line, and not used them as actual journal pages. So there's always something you can do with your mess ups. And the other good thing, your mess ups can be very well disguised with ink, with ink, gluing something over it, another piece of paper, cutting the part you messed up off. I mean, there's just all kinds of things you can do to fix mess ups. And I do make quite a few mess ups in my craft room, and I try to share you ways that I fix my mess ups. I like that. It kind of reminds me of old vintage wallpaper that you might have seen in an old house if you've ever been in an older house that has wallpaper that kind of yellowed and starting to peel on the walls. That's what this reminds me of. So making sure I haven't missed any and there's no like real stark white. And again, if I happen to find any when I'm finished, I'll just get my brush and get up a little bit more. So you all have a good day, and get in there in your craft room, create something, and don't worry about how it's going to turn out. Just have fun. That's the whole process, is that you go in your craft room and just create some things with fun and enjoy yourself. The whole point is that we just simply enjoy ourselves and have a good time. So I'm going to finish inking these up on my own, guys, and I will see you when I start putting that waterfall journal together, and I'll bring you guys along for the ride. See you guys later. Have a wonderful time, my YouTube friends.